Welcome, my chingus, to Honest K-Pop Reactions. My name is Steven.
My name's Josh.
And we are here finally, to talk about 21's comeback song,
Yeah.
Come Back Home.
Come Back Home. It's one of the title tracks off their new album, Crush.
Yep. Now, just to preface, Josh has listened to the whole album.
Many times through.
Many times. I listened to nothing. So you're hopefully will get maybe a separate experience, on that. But Come Back Home with 21. I mean, they had a kind of a rocky year in general last year.
Yeah, with their digital singles.
Yeah.
Kind of ambivalent reactions.
I'm happy they improved their naming scheme. They didn't use the word love or you. So congrats on you guys this time.
Yeah.
But, let's just get to it.
Let's get to the nitty gritty.
They delayed it for a graphical thing. And looking at this screenshot,
I can see why.
There's some graphics.
There's some graphics there.
So let's see. I mean,
that's a good shot.
Some graphics.
That's a good shot to begin with. It's kind of like a futuristic feel.
Just an excuse to let them wear weirder outfits than normal.
But I mean, that's 21 though. Weird hair, weird outfit. The seal is just so pretty though.
Yeah.
And Minzy's gotten a lot prettier.
Sounds very Jamaican.
It's kind of like got a reggae feel to it, right? Sandaro, is that normal hair? What's going on?
I wouldn't call that normal hair. I call that ugly hair.
Grinding up some pills.
Wait, she have a... It just looks like she has short hair from the front, but it's not actually.
What's going on here? Is this a meth lab?
It's the drugs. Number one, if you're gonna make drugs, you gotta do naked. Haven't you seen any television shows?
Because you don't want any
smuggling.
contamination.
Yeah, you don't want girls to smuggle shit in the region. Pretty sure you get electrocuted, you do it.
This is the future, you don't know.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going out with the graphics.
The song definitely
I can
changed.
see why. Oh, this is like trippy. I should have crushed those pills and smoked them.
Is this a different song or is this the same song? This is the same song.
Oh, this is really trippy now. It's like taking acid. Oh, that's weird.
Not a fan of that hair. Sorry.
The seal hair? I like seal with blonde hair.
It's not the hair color that I'm talking about. And she's really cute, but this lion's mane is not. Like the bump it, the like,
poof.
The poof things.
That?
So this VR thing is how they're like tripping out? Is that what's going on now?
This kind of reminds me of like Tron.
It's like Tron / Matrix / 420 Blaze.
It's very futuristic. Like, it always baffles me that Sandara is so old.
Yeah, she looks really good.
She looks really like she's really got a baby face. Just like while they're eating, just spray paint them.
What's happening right now?
Just throwing olives all over the place. Molotov cocktails.
You still use shopping carts in the future?
When it breaks into this, like,
what is happening?
Acid.
One of those Ajuma vibes.
Vibes. From like Big Bang's Fantastic Baby. We have the visors back.
She's telling us to come, man. This is upsetting.
I think that's really cool though, the whole like CL's wearing like the half mask. No, she's right here, like the kind of like ninja masky.
It's like the tagging. It's like the gas mask.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I'm gonna let you go first. I always need to take some time to think.
I'll let you get some time to think about it. So I've heard the song before. I really, really like when it switches up gears into that come back, come, like do. I really like that part.
You have been saying come back home for a while, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
I was surprised because there's an unplugged acoustic version on the album, and a snippet in this music video sounded like it was the unplugged version. I kind of was like, oh, if you earlier, I was like, oh, but that was the unplugged version, the acoustic version. I'm surprised they snuck it in there, but overall, this is kind of like a futuristic concept feel mixed with like street kind of clothing. The concept is very 21. I don't think anybody can pull this off except for 21, and I'm a little bit confused about this music video. The graphics were pretty cool. Other than that, I didn't really understand the plot on the first watch, and a bunch of you will probably be like, oh, it means this, it means that, but it takes me a few watches to understand something if it has a lot of imagery in it, because we're trying to like comment on a video when we're watching it, so it's a first impression. But overall, feels like a very 21 video. Don't know how I feel about it, but I really, really like the song. I've been listening to the album like crazy, so there you go.
All Steven. Right. So if you're a 21 fan, you ain't gonna want to listen past this. So just like it and move on.
Just like it because what I said.
Yeah, just stop there. Like it. I'm not even here. You're gone? Okay, here we go. The song's not bad, but it's so Frankenstein-y. I don't like. It's even more Frankenstein-y than I Got a Boy in My Head. Now it makes a little bit more sense if you're saying they snuck in an acoustic snippet. But I think I've said this before with you is that like I don't like Frankenstein-y songs because once you get into it, it'll change, and I'm just like I'm a little confused. I'm not saying it's bad. Like the individual parts are pretty good. I mean, very unique. Like YG does a really good job with unique songs and unique sounds. So that's a plus there. We've gone a couple months without a big Frankenstein song. Like that, there was a lot of Frankenstein songs last year.
Yeah.
And it's a little. I don't know how I feel about this song that much. I definitely will listen to it more because we're gonna do like an in-depth album review of it next week. But at first glance, it's not really my thing.
Yeah. Well, when I listened to this song, and I knew we were gonna do a reaction because the music video was coming out, I knew that this wouldn't really be your style. It's kind of more my style. I kind of like this reggae hip hop pop kind of feel, and you're just not a big fan of this kind of like hip hop.
Like I'm more of a fan of the Come Back Home beat than I am of the Jamaican reggae beat. I'm not a huge fan of the reggae sound because to me it always sounds the same.
Actually, I think the reggae sound is the pre Come Back Home part.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I like the Come Back Home part.
The reggae part.
The Come Back Home's the reggae part?
Yeah, it goes
Come Back Home. That's not reggae.
Oh, you're talking about after.
I'm like when she starts saying the words.
Yeah. So you like?
I am okay with that part.
You like the
chorus,
the heavy part. Like beat, like the buzzing, like. Yeah, you like that part. Okay,
it's the beginning part, the reggae feel that I'm like I've heard this before. Like I've heard Haha do a million reggae things. Even their first song last year was a reggae kind of theme. What was that?
Yeah,
Do You Love Me? Something Love or something. Falling in Love.
Yeah.
And that song was also a Frankenstein-y song. I did not like the reggae part of that song, and I liked the chorus more of that song. And then there's the music video. Like I gave 21 a lot of shit for the last video.
Which one's the last video?
The one where Ciel's naked and it's like
a
bunch of
Missing
staring.
You.
Missing You. I'm sorry, they're so confusing. There's so many yous and loves. I get confused. But like, I gave him a lot of shit because that was boring. Like, it was just white stock images. And I think they went completely the opposite spectrum for this video, but not in a good way. Like, it is filled with so much visuals and so much imagery and so much like in your face that I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. And if I'm wondering what the hell I'm looking at, I'm not paying attention to the song. I'm not paying attention to what I should be doing. And as you said, like, there's probably going to be, I mean, once again, we didn't listen to it with lyrics. So maybe the lyrics will explain more, but I don't think that's an excuse in the slightest. And people are going to be like, check out this Tumblr where we do a page by, like, scene by scene analysis of what it means. And it's like, if you need to do a fucking analysis, then it ain't a good video.
So I've, like, read the lyrics. They didn't really have nothing to do with the music video, on first watch, at least. It's very, what's the word, like, it has a lot of noise, but noise for your eyes, basically.
It's a little distracting.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not a huge fan of just people wearing weird things. I'm not saying 21 can't pull it off. Like, they can pull it off. Like, I believe them way more than I believe anybody else. Just like G-Dragon can pull it off. But I've never been a fan of that. Like
that style concept,
which YG happens to use a lot.
Yeah.
Like Big Bang, Fantastic Baby, and on. It was just like, let's pile on the weird stuff. And that's just not how I do. So I actually liked Fallen in Love's aesthetic. And I liked...
You really liked Do You Love Me?
Do You Love Me's aesthetic. Because that was like, these are just girls having fun in their normal-ass clothes, looking like normal-ass people. I like that.
Yeah. I actually really, really like Do You Love Me's video, too. Because it just seemed...
And it was cool. Like, the lips movement was, like, kind of cool. That was that video, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm happy they're back with 21. Like, as you've said many times, this album is 21. You know, they tried to change it up a little bit last year. It didn't really work out for them, and now they're back, and that's great if you're a fan of 21.
If you're a fan of 21, you're gonna love this album. Yeah,
but for me, I was never a huge fan past the first album, which I love the first album. But after the first album, they kind of lost me, and for me, they need to win me back. You know, and this video at least doesn't really do it. But on a weird side note, I mean, you've been playing that CL song, Membung. And like that is fucking hella catchy compared to this, at least. It doesn't help that every couple of seconds you'll shout in my ear, Membung. But I do look forward to the next video, which is called what? Happy. Yeah. Sounds like I'll be happier.
Well, we'll see.
So yeah, that's our reaction. We do other things though. What other things do we do?
On Sunday, every Sunday, we do a K-pop podcast about K-pop news and music video releases that we've come across during the week. We'll definitely talk about this song a little bit more in depth come podcast time because it lets us think about it more, watch it more, and kind of let it settle. So we'll talk about this song, definitely about Happy, and we're planning to release a special edition podcast about the 21 album on Sunday as
song by song. And you can also find that on iTunes. You know, if you're on the road, you're driving, you're at work, you don't want to listen to your boss, listen to us. Find us on iTunes This Week in K-Pop. On Wednesdays, we do this thing called Waeguk Wednesdays, which we're both English teachers living in South Korea, so we talk about our experiences teaching and living here. And on Friday, we have Fun Friday.
We do a K-pop game.
We do a K-pop game. It's called What Is That?
What is that?
So check that out if you are a fan of K-pop MVs. See if you can beat us. You probably will beat us. But that's it. Hopefully you check out our reaction for Happy after this.
You probably will, because Blackjack's watched this.
You hate me so much that you're not going to. That also might happen.
Sorry for him.
Bye. See you next time.